Hello guys, my name is Pomyo Win. You guys can call me Alfred. So the company that we are going to present about is Goldman Sachs. There are 4 members in my group. The members are Vishal Rimmer, Samjeev, Kumar, and Ramash Sharitra. You can say like that. So let's move to the next slide. I would like to talk about the introduction about the Goldman Sachs first. Goldman Sachs Group is a leading global investment firm in banking, securities, and investment management. It provides a wide range of services to governments, corporations, financial institutions, and individuals. It has its headquarters in New York and also maintains offices in leading financial centers around the globe. So the next one I would like to point out is Goldman Sachs Group registered strong performance in 2019. It weathered pockets of volatility in markets and delivered net revenues of 36.55 billion with an average return on shareholders' equity at 10%. The next thing that I could say is the company investment banking generated 7.6 billion worth of net revenues just in only 1 year. And the introduction part, the next thing that I would like to explain to you is Goldman Sachs, which is based on 4 main values. The first is its partnerships. The first thing is its partnerships. This does not only apply to partners of the firm, but all stakeholders at partnership for Goldman Sachs boosts a sense of ownership, stewardship, teamwork, inclusivity, and collaboration, and inspire the firm towards customer-first approach. The other core values include quality service, integrity, and excellence that is differentiated and truly unique. Okay, let's go to the next slide. I would like to explain about the structural differences of each market between France, Brazil, and South Korea. When you look at France has a monopolistic competition structure. So while France's key characteristics of its economy is that it is a free market, the financial market is also relatively closed. And also which means it is relatively closed with very few foreign banks within the country. According to 2017 rankings of the investment banks in France, Goldman Sachs feature in the highly recommended tier. The next market structure that I would like to explain is Brazil. The Brazilian market structure shows signs of oligopolistic behavior. The market has a very few dominant banks. The 5 biggest banks had 82% of the total assets of the country's banking system, and the majority of the smaller banks operate in limited market segments. The next thing that I would like to point out is Brazilian consumer pays on average 58.6% in interest rates, while business pays 27.5% in borrowing money. So which means that the country has attributed to high cost of borrowing money. And also in Brazil, Goldman Sachs company appears to be in the recommended tier of the investment banks. Okay, let's go to the South Korea. When we look at the South Korea, it is dominated by a handful of big players who have close relationship with conglomerates in the country. So we can conclude that the South Korean market structure is oligopoly. The country has seen many multinationals either scale down or abandon altogether their operations in the country. And also it is ranked 33rd on the Global Financial Center Index in 2020. But in 2015, Busan fell to position 51. And also, South Korea has a very high competition. Product differentiation exists in the form of interest rates on loans, fees, lending limits, customer convenience notice for withdrawing, as well as general quality as well. The next part will be presented by Vishal Rimmer. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Vishal Rimmer, and today I'm going to discuss about the estimated size, profitability, the potential problem that comes in selling and supporting in the business in the banking sector. My friend Win described about the introductions in the trade markets that in the previous video. So let's start with the estimated size and the profitability of the markets currently. Uh, as we all know, due to the COVID-19, pretty much all the business are on loss, and most of the production are closed. Uh, every country has suffered in each of these sectors. Like the Brazilian bank suffered 28% loss uh, in 2019 ending to 2020 beginning. Um, they lost almost more than $1 billion within a very less time. And as like that, South Korea uh, earned $8.9 billion in 2019. It was not within the COVID when the COVID-19 started. It was before that. Their net margin was declining 13.25 point average, and the French market, the net income of French market reached $147.7 billion in 2018 with a 0.9 increase in retails. Uh, these are all the stuff I've described in my assignments. So now um, we just have to know that the COVID has been doing a lot of loss in economy of the every banking business and in the trades. Now, what can be the potential problems that it has brought to selling and supporting of the business? Like, let's say the South Korea, there the banking regulation in South Korea is very costly. I mean, if the business makes any complaints or anything, it spends the bank have to spend a lot, and they have to spend a lot of money. So and as like that, their most of the incomes goes in such unnecessary things. Like the bank spends on like almost more than $200 million a year just for like taking the complaints. And in Brazil, the market over there is very highly concentrated. Like even the small firms, they monopoly the market shares by 100%. So those are the kind of problems that the markets are currently having in a lot of countries, except for the international trade business. And the national monopoly markets are mostly taken by the small firms, those who have the high authority. And about the France, the investors are very safe with from the equity there, and they are very they're concerned if the future profit can be like increased or not. They just take the probability if the profit can go higher or lower, and even if they are not in the current situation to earn, if they can like increase the cost of efficiency so that they can earn some more profit, which can help the investor to gain to earn some profit, the very high amount of profit. So it's like that they just look for all the stuff over there. Now the next topic is going to be explained by my friend Saurabh.
Hi guys, my name is Sanjeev Kumar. I gonna talk about the future development of each market: France, Brazil, and South Korea. The French bank sound capital position that will cushion the industry against loss shocks the voluntary in the market. According to Moody's report, France has a stable outlooks. Banks are sure to benefit from the robust demand for credit and a moderately growing industry. With COVID with COVID-19, the future of the Brazil market seems grim. Researchers at Fitch Ratings have revised their outlook for the Brazilian banking sector to negative from the initial stable after the worsening of COVID-19 outbreak on the global scale and more particularly on the Brazil. Short-term liquidity will be affected. Of COVID-19 are likely to put more pressure on the profitability of the French banks. Given there are still greater uncertainty as regards factors such as lockdown and their impact on the economy, researchers may not entirely give definite statistics with regards to forecast after COVID-19. Researchers, however, remain optimistic with the government help in cautioning the industry against the COVID-19 effects. The banking industry in France should be able to weather these storms. Thank you so much.
Hey guys, today I'm going to discuss regarding trade implications and foreign exchange of Goldman Sachs in three different countries. They are France, South Korea, and Brazil. Let me start off with France first. There are increasing tensions between the US and European Union. Many barriers has come into existence for Goldman Sachs, such as retreat from multilateralism. France has low reliance on external trade and has stable private consumption rates. This could limit foreign exchange and trade implications. Secondly, Brazil. We have in Brazil, Brazilian currency has depreciated in recent years due to many reasons, such as China-US trade implications and the strengthening of the American dollar. Thirdly, we have South Korea. Trade war between Washington and Beijing have accounted for a 10-month straight fall in exports from South Korea. It was the worst performing Asian currency. Domestic consumptions and investments are additionally down as well. Moving on to another slide. This is the last slide of the presentation. We have conclusion here. So to conclude, Goldman Sachs is already present in Brazil, France, and South Korea. However, it has scaled down its operations in South Korea. Optimizing its operations in Brazil or France is advisable. Because both of these markets are oligopolistic, whereas South Korea is monopolistic. Oligopolistic markets would provide the company with a chance for strategic foreign direct investment interaction. The company could consider collaborative, competitive, strategic interactions. Out of all these three options, Brazil seems to have higher prospect for growth. For Goldman Sachs, its entry strategy will be franchising and strategic partnerships. Goldman Sachs has partnership embedded in its fabric and would therefore provide competitive advantages for the company in its foreign operations as well. That's the end of this video. Thank you.